Hey team, wanted to make a quick video because I just read this book on being different, what it means to be homosexual by Merle Miller. And it's pretty short, very manageable, and there's a lot of commentary that goes along with it, a foreword, an afterword, and a few appendices with just notes from different voices in that community. But I thought it was very nice. It has a different tone to it. So because Merle Miller was, I believe, born in the 20s, and the tones are from another era, from another age, and so I think that kind of added to the delicacy and the nuances of the piece. He was talking about how he was gay before it was a movement, before there was representation, before it was a socially acceptable practice in any way. So there were still it was still illegal to have gay relations, gay sex, and so there was no marriage. And he actually came out by writing an article. He wrote an article. I mean, he had been upset with somebody who he publicly came out with the news article, but he had said someone had insulted gay people in his presence, and he said that he was tired of hearing such negative attitudes towards people like him, towards his friends. And apparently there was quite a stir at the restaurant they were at when that was the circumstance. But it was his words, what he wrote, they were very eloquent, they were concise, they were not kind of how we view gay pride in the modern era. It even mentioned in the book, I think it was in the postword, just that it was, his piece was known for a quiet, polite, non-dramatized perspective on gay life, on his life, and what that meant to him. And talked about his first gay relationships, and kind of moving on from there. He was married to a woman, and then he had a long-term 10-year relationship, then a 6-year relationship, and he seemed very kind, very low-key. He had a house in the country, and so in one of the notes in there, he wrote a letter to his wife, his ex-wife. They remained friends, and he said, we're coming to the season where it's going to be a 45-minute ordeal to get to the end of the driveway. And so but he said coming out, he wouldn't be able to go to the local town to get supplies anymore, just because he would be met with such hatred. He had to go a town over, and but it was just an interesting thing, interesting story. I liked that he was so calm, because I feel like a lot of times gay people or the culture feel like they have to be loud and wild and sexually promiscuous and all about rainbows, and so I liked his calm demeanor. I liked that he was just being himself, and I think that was nice, given the juxtaposition of course you do want to celebrate and you want to have fun and be loud and proud, and it talked about the origins of gay pride in here, and it talked about the Stonewall riots and the celebrations that followed when the gay people started fighting back against police bullying, police corruption. And so that was great. So it's good to talk about equality. I also think it had a great point where it said that hatred was like the hatred of gays, the hatred of blacks and other peoples, minorities, all kind of stemmed from the same place. And I think that I would agree with that to a certain extent. That it all kind of comes down to discomfort and power dynamics and socially accepted ideas and views on rights and wrongs and perhaps perceptions of wanting to be better or have everyone the same, a fear of being different, a fear of having diversity and variety in our world. And those things are hard. You do have to communicate through them, and you have to talk about it and come together. And there might be some uncomfortable moments there, but I just think that this was actually a very nice piece, and would read again. So there we go.